Welcome back to AM Northwest. What happens when I do turns into I want you to die? The true crime series Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins returns for a new season, delving into tales of love stories that sour and breakups that turn downright deadly.
They got together and hit it off from the second they met. She fell in love with him hard. They were going to be together forever.
They were your typical all-American couple. They really loved each other.
He was killed by the person who was supposed to love him the most and should have appreciated him the most.
I'm surprised a shotgun gel to the back of the head at point blank range.
My sister's missing. Where is she?
I could clearly see in the body it was badly burned, appeared to be a female, pregnant.
I love him with my whole heart.
We welcome series host and former prosecutor Faith Jenkins. Great to see you, Faith. I'm a big fan, a huge fan of true crime. What is it about this season that stands out to you?
I think it's the cases for sure. This is our third season, and I think that these are our most compelling and heartbreaking cases yet. But the stories really stand out to me. A lot of people relate to the series because we can all relate to having some kind of relationship in our lives. But what most of us can't relate to is when the relationship doesn't work out, when there is conflict, when, for example, people want to go their separate ways. For most people, they're able to walk away, and you go through the pain, the heartache, the tears, all of those things. But for some people in these cases, they can't walk away. They can't just walk away. They can't just go through the breakup. For them, someone has to die. And we dig in and we find out why. Why did they make that ultimate decision and commit that unimaginable act?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so sometimes when you see the title to a case, let's say someone brings it into you, a producer says, what do you think of this case? Do you think to yourself as a prosecutor who graduated first in your class, I want to bring up that, do you say to yourself, yeah, the boyfriend did it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of these at this point. And so that's why I wanted to choose cases this season. We expanded beyond just the spouse, the lovers, and we went into other types of relationships this season, the colleagues, the co-workers, the friends. But yes, I think because of my perspective and my experience, I'm always going to look at that close circle just because the opportunity that people have that are close to you and they know you best. They know they know your patterns, where you're going, the breaks in your schedule. So that's always the first place that investigators look. But then beyond that, with the cases this season, they're real whodunits. There are a lot of twists. There are a lot of turns. And just when you think you figured it out, there's someone else who comes along, and it's that wow factor. Yeah,
oftentimes you may know who did it in the end, but you wonder how did that all happen and who all was involved. It's fascinating to me, honestly. You wrote a book, Sis Don't Settle, How to Stay Smart in Matters of the Heart. You would think you would be jaded about love, but not so. You married 5 years ago, right? And you now have a little girl. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
By the way, it would be my dream to be married to an R&B singer. That would be my dream. That must be, how's life for you, married to an R&B singer with a new little girl?
You know, it's pretty great, but it does give you a different perspective, especially when you have a child, because all I think about is how I want to protect her from hurt, harm, and danger. So when you look at the series and the number of people who kill someone who they know, they have young children, so their children are going to be without a parent, but they don't care. It's the element of not only they've lost it, they've snapped, but it's the selfishness because you're leaving behind these children who need and love their parents. And so it takes it to another perspective for me now that I have a child, because I think about that as well.
Yeah, and also, don't you see the red flags as someone who's been a prosecutor and seen all these cases in front of you in real life? You see the red flags, and maybe red flags that friends see, but the people involved don't.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes there are those warning signs: the jealousy, the insecurity, the control disguised as, oh, I just love you so much. But then there are other times where I think our season premiere, everyone's going to be really surprised because no one saw it coming. We opened the show with a press conference. Family and friends are all at the press conference. They're crying, they're tears. They're saying, help us find our loved one. At this point, they don't know what's happened to this person. And then you find out that one of the people on the stage of the press conference is the actual killer.
Oh, wow.
So sometimes you just never know. And that was one of the cases where I really don't think there were a lot of red flags.
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. I can't wait for the new season. The new season of Killer Relationship with Faith Jenkins premieres this Saturday at 8 p.m. on Oxygen True Crime. Faith, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.